This video is all about how I achieved super physiological testosterone levels without the use of exogenous hormones or any supplements. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Welcome to Betterman. This channel is all about helping young men along the roads of their self-improvement journey. My name is Gabe, and if you've come to this channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. I am focused on making the best possible content to help improve the lives of young men. Like I said, this video is all about how I achieve super physiological testosterone levels, or above what is naturally attainable. Now, obviously, I'm telling you that I did it naturally, so it's not really super physiological. Let me give some context. Now, how testosterone is measured in men is in a reference range. Now, there's different reference ranges, but the most commonly used one is 300 nanograms per deciliter all the way up to 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. Now, typically if you test below that range or even in the lower end of that range, that might merit some medical intervention, right? You're probably symptomatic at that point, facing things like depression, fatigue, low libido, and many other things. Typically, if you're on the high end, you are going to be having all the benefits of high testosterone, which is so coveted by men for a reason, right? When you're high testosterone, you're going to feel confident, motivated. Your performance in the gym, your muscle gaining ability is going to be higher. Your focus, your drive, your sleep is going to be better. Your overall mood is going to be better. Having high testosterone is a superpower for men, right? And that's why it's so coveted and people want it. So I was able to actually achieve the testosterone level of 1,193.27, and that's free testosterone. That is exactly 193.27 over the normal range. Now, I did this, like I said, without any drugs, even supplements. This is all naturally. Now, I'm not saying everybody can do this, but everybody can drastically improve their levels. So this is what this video is all about, right? I see an epidemic out there of men, especially in the fitness community, who want high testosterone, thinking, okay, I should get on TRT, right? Like, I'm not going to do a cycle. I'm not going to do steroids. I'm just going to inject some testosterone and be on the high end of the normal range. If you actually need it, if you've tried lifestyle interventions and everything that I'm going to lay out in this video, and your testosterone is still in the dump and your doctor says it may be a good option, I'm not judging it at all. But I see so many people who, they're lazy and they think it's a hack, right? It's like, no. Improve your life. Not only will a bunch of areas of your life improve if you do these things, but also your levels will improve. So, okay, let's jump into it. Number one, what I did to really boost my testosterone is going to be sleep and proper recovery. Now, you hear it right now and you're like, that's it? Yes, everything I'm going to tell you in this video is free. You don't have to pay for it. It's simple, but it's not necessarily easy to accomplish. Sleep is something I've always struggled with, and I've been that type of guy who's on his phone before bed, isn't really prioritizing sleep hygiene, being stimulated before bed, and this really decreased my sleep quality. Along with that, I'm the type of person who, I have trouble going to bed before a certain time. So like, there's no way I'm falling asleep before 10. Typically, I feel the best to fall asleep at 11. But I was in a situation with my work where I was waking up at 6 a.m. every day. So I just wouldn't be able to get what I needed. You know, on a good night, I'm getting maybe 7 hours, typically more like 6.5. Everyone's sleep needs are different. But for me, I feel best within like that 7 to 8.5 hours a night range. So I actually changed my work schedule so that I never worked before 8 a.m. And now I know not everyone can do that, but you need to try to optimize your schedule in a way to where you're able to get the sleep your body needs. So I optimized my schedule. I stopped going on my phone before bed, started using melatonin as well. And those were the three things that really helped improve my sleep. Now it's been about a month of sleeping on average 7.5 to 8.5 hours a night. The sleep difference is a game changer, right? I wake up just in a better mood. My energy is good. And the sleep has really contributed to that. So undoubtedly, if you're sleeping like shit, you can't expect to have high testosterone. And it's gonna happen every once in a while. You know, life gets in the way, but you need to make this a priority if you're serious about not only your health, your mental health, but also that testosterone number shooting up. Number two is going to be weightlifting, specifically resistance training. So it doesn't have to be weights. It could be calisthenics, but weightlifting specifically is going to be the best way to stimulate testosterone, right? When you're lifting weights and resistance training, you are tearing down muscle, you are placing stress on your body. And if you want to recover, if you want to actually make progress, your body needs to be in what's called an anabolic state. Now, when you are super sleep deprived, stressed, all these things, you're not going to be in this state. So it's going to be harder to actually reap the benefits. But when all the other aspects that I'm going to be talking about are in place, you are going to skyrocket your testosterone through weightlifting. Now, if you really want to do it successfully, you need to weightlift properly. And there's two key components. Number one, you need to focus on compound movements, okay? Don't waste your time on curls and tricep extensions. Don't get me wrong, I do these, but they're not the foundation of what I do. I do squats, deadlifts, bench press, rows, overhead presses, heavy carries. Things like this that stimulate many different muscle groups in one motion are going to be the most impactful on those testosterone levels. Point two is that we need to focus on progressive overload. So you need to focus on every week coming into the gym, getting stronger, adding more reps, adding more weight, reducing rest times, whatever it is. If you focus on prioritizing compound movements and getting stronger, your testosterone is going to improve. Point 1 and 2 so far, sleep better, lift, and lift properly. Point number 3 now is going to be stress management. Now, stress is a part of life, right? It's going to decrease your testosterone levels if you're constantly stressed. When you're really stressed and you have cortisol constantly flowing through your body, you're put into what's called a sympathetic state, not a state of anabolism. Anabolism is that recovery state, right? The sympathetic state, that cortisol rushing state, is the opposite. We're not recovering. We're not building muscle. Our body is thrown out of balance. We cannot expect to be high testosterone if we're in this state. So guys, get your stress under balance. There's going to be times you just are going to be fucking stressed, especially as an entrepreneur or someone who's really focused on achieving their goals. But you need to be able to know when to dial it back, manage it, or, just be aware, right? Number 4 is daily sunlight. Okay, so daily sunlight has been a game changer. Now, I know that vitamin D has been shown to be a precursor to testosterone. I don't know the details on that. Whatever the case, when I started getting daily sunlight, 15 to 30 minutes of just being out in the sun a day, I felt so much more vital. My mood was improved. This also contributed to increasing my testosterone levels. These 4 points are going to be the most pivotal aspects of what helped me raise my testosterone levels. Notice that I didn't once mention supplements or things that you pay for. A caveat I will throw in here, genetics will play into it. So I'm young, I'm in my 20s still. Certain people are destined to have different levels potentially. As you get older, it is harder to have higher levels naturally. However, if you're doing these things, you're going to be able to optimize the levels that you have. When we optimize these levels, it makes it so much easier to attack your goals, to stay on your routine, to be a confident man achieving in this world, right? There's a quote from Andrew Huberman, the neuroscientist, and he says that testosterone makes effort feel good, meaning you just feel good. You want to go lift those weights. You want to, try this new business. You don't feel like you need to shy away from it. So guys, I really hope that helped. And the last thing I'm going to throw in here is supplements. Really don't waste your time on them. If you have all of these things dialed in, there are supplements that can have substantial impacts, right? It's true. The ashwagandha shows promising effects. I don't know a lot about it, but I've heard that it does. There's other supplements, like I think if you have a deficiency, vitamin D can help. But guys, remember that if you don't have these dialed in, why are you wasting your money on supplements? This is free. This is going to impact your mental health, all these other areas. So dial this the fuck in. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Please leave a comment below with any topics you'd want me to cover in future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.